saw in the announcement earlier today, yes, I know I communicated that we will be having, just as a way of reflecting and just looking and saying, God, you've been gracious, and we celebrate you, or rather, we appreciate you for the opportunity of being a youth, or being youths, and even as we celebrate with the rest of the world, that wonderful opportunity. So I must say this did not come as, it's not something that we planned for too long. We just thought of it. I mean, how can a youth day, a special day like this for youths, just pass us like that? And yet we are a youth forum. We decided, albeit on a short notice, let's have some for just to be able to appreciate that we are alive today. And of course, is a big blessing. I want to believe everybody who is here is a youth, and even if for one, I mean, you are feeling like you're not one, maybe you are already past that age, not a problem. You are in the right place. There must be a reason as to why you felt you want to join tonight. And so tonight, as I had shared earlier, or as we had shared earlier, some of the things we were looking at is that what is it that the youth can do, or we can be able to do in terms of our purpose, in terms of, I mean, the question was, and I must give credit to the team that I work with, the ones who came up with the thoughts around the discussion for tonight. What is it that if you did not need to work, if you did not have bills, that you would be doing, is just basically the purpose. And youths, as a youth, have you discovered your purpose? Are you living your purpose? What can we do to be able to discover our purpose? What can we do to be able to live our purpose, fulfilled lives? Even the Bible says that I write to you young men, and of course you women, because you are strong and you've overcome the evil one. I mean, you are strong. This strength that we have, this endowment and the blessing of strength that we have been given by God as youths, how are we using it? I can tell you for sure. It's about 10, how many years? 13, almost 13 years from the time I left campus. I feel different. I am a different person. Many things that meant a lot, the strength that I had to run around, as much as I'm not, that old, I may not be able to do what I used to do. Those days being in campus, I was almost every weekend, I'm in a mission somewhere. The other weekend, I'm here. I could travel left, right, and center. Little baggage or none. I mean, right now, I have family. I mean, it's a plan. You want to go for if you give me, you want to invite me for a mission, I need to really plan because of all that. How do we leverage? How, as a youth, do you leverage these opportunities that you have, like that strength, almost unlimited, time, almost unlimited? You have a lot of time. Myself, I have to juggle between my family, my job, my, so many things, maybe responsibilities in church, responsibilities in community, responsibilities in, so many other places possibly. But now, as a youth, you have a lot of strength. You have a lot of course, you would have, a bit more time than possibly the people who are a bit advanced. And what else do you have? Maybe you can help me to make this interactive on the chat. What are some of the other things that youths have that possibly you are likely to lose? You are gonna lose for sure as you move along. At least encourage me by showing me one. I'm not a youth, so I'm not even able to tell what are the advantages you have over me. Hey, I'll not say any other word before I see somebody typing. Okay, anyway, as you type, as you think around it, there are many other things. Definitely what I'm trying to say is that there are many things that we have, many opportunities, and I mean, like now you can just decide to, let me give you my personal example. Earlier in the year, was it this year or towards the end of last year? I think, yeah, earlier this year, okay, I can't remember exactly when. Somebody reached out, somebody I just connected through this program and told me, Matthew, I want to give you, to get you, I've been following you and I've seen the, the kind of amazing person you are. Well, it's nice to hear that. And the guy is in UK and he tells me, I want to give you, as you know, a once in a lifetime opportunity, come and work in UK. And he sent me everything, you know, the whatever they offer, what have you. That's, we are talking about early this year or maybe late last year. And I can tell you, I was excited, of course, that for the consideration. And I'm not going to just hustle. I'm going, there's already a job, there's already everything, you know, and so on and so forth. Or maybe not everything, but, you know, a lot. But I can tell you, as much as I would have loved to do this, I couldn't take the offer. Why? You know, for me now, you have to consider me as a package. I have a wife, I have children, I have interests around, I have, you know, there are quite a number of things that, you know, when I weighed and put everything on balance, I had to get back to my good friend and tell him, oh my goodness, I'm so happy. God bless you so much for the offer. Unfortunately, I'm not able to take it. Unfortunately, on the other hand, it was not transferable. I couldn't transfer it to somebody else. But I can imagine a youth, if this had come in 2008 when I just, you know, cleared campus, I mean, you know, I would have been calling my parents when I'm already in the UK, telling them, I'm here, you know, I'm on this side of the world or something like that. I mean, it would have been very easy to go. But so I'm just trying to show you how many opportunities you have. Definitely, if I had been able to go there, possibly, maybe many doors would open when you are there, and so on and so forth. Of course, not to mean that there are no doors that open in Kenya. What I'm trying to tell you is that it's a blessing and a special one to be a youth. There are many things that you can be able to do that another person will not be able to do. And having said that, and maybe the other thing I want to say is that you also have opportunity to experiment, not only the energy, but also the opportunity. I can tell you I cannot gabble a lot right now. I would have. I already said here in this forum once that there's a time I took a loan, and my first loan, and of course I never used it very wisely. Or not even very. I don't think I used it wisely at all. But yeah, well, I could afford to make such kind of mistakes because I was young. Right now, I don't think I would. I don't have the luxury. There are so many mouths waiting to be fed around. There's a lot at stake, or that would be if I made mistakes. And therefore, I don't have the luxury that you would have. Basically, the picture I'm trying to paint is that there is too much of opportunities that we have as youths, and we need to spot them and leverage them. Of course, the other thing you most likely you will tell me or ask me is that what about the money? I don't have the money. But I was listening earlier today. I don't know the Vincent I'm seeing in this call is the Vincent Otumbo. If you are the one, you can just give me a thumbs up. But I listened to his TED talk that he did. I think was it yesterday or. And congratulations to him wherever he is. Yes. Okay, I've seen a thumbs up from somebody else other than Vincent. So I don't know whether he is confirming for me that the Vincent who is here is the Vincent I'm talking about. But there's something I heard him say that yes, Stanley, I can see you're laughing. I heard him say, and it is so profound, that what you need to start like a business or to run with your passion is just what was it? It was just the idea, and what is the other thing? Idea and what? Okay, how fast can I forget? But one of the things that he said is that money is not one of those things that you need actually to succeed, to get started. Money is a peripheral thing. It is just the idea and possibly the energy, just the energy, the resolute, being resolute. to be, to do it. These are the things will come and follow us later. Of course, I know you'll tell me I want to sell, mitumba. How can I sell mitumba from an idea? I need capital. And I need so many other things. But I can tell you, almost always, the truth of the matter is, well, if you have capital, please use it. It is great. But there is always something. If you open your mind, if you stretch your imagination, you realize there's something that you can be able to do with minimal. Maybe let's not call it zero, though there are enough things that you can do with zero capital. But yes, there's always something that you can be able to do with minimal capital. And of course, that breath of life, the energy and the opportunity, the youth itself, is power in itself. And you can be able to, just be able to convert that into something. I see. Think of social media. How many hours do you spend on social media? In a week. Of course, it comes with a bit of paying. There's some money that you're using, but let's even assume that you're doing it for free. And by the way, let me even put it this: supposing you have a smartphone, but you cannot even afford data bundles. Most likely, you can be able to walk. If you are in Nairobi like myself, maybe you can be able to walk or just go to the next place, Kinyozi, near you, where there's free Wi-Fi, which you are not supposed to pay. And sitting there for 2 hours, you will be able to do something. Not social media liking and following people, which is still part of life, but you can, depending with the number of hours you have there, depending with how you use them, you might be able to make yourself 100 bob or 200 bob. Of course, it will not happen on the first day. It's something that you do continuously, then before long, you start, generating some money, some income. That energy and possibly the time are some of the resources I'm saying that when you continue growing older, you don't have the luxury. You don't have possibly you need, if you are a lady here, age of my wife, you most likely will be having a child that is waiting for you. You don't have the luxury of going and sitting somewhere, just browsing or something like that. But these are some of the things. I'm just trying to break down how many opportunities lie in front of us as youths, and even the energy to walk. You can walk a few kilometers to go and just get that cyber. That if things are so dry that you don't even have, bus fare. But let me not say a lot in that line, so that I allow us to have an opportunity to have a chat in line with what we had shared earlier today, but allow me to say a few things about building a powerful youth network or powerful youth networks, because really it was the theme of our conversation today, even as we celebrate the International Youth Day. And there is a lot of power in networking. I've come to learn it, fairly late. I wish I had learned this late. But when I look backwards, I'm like, I've always been a networker. It's only that I didn't know that I'm doing it. I'm an introvert, by the way. Well, I know you don't believe me. I'm not this guy who is very, very much outgoing. Nonetheless, I know when I stick the few circles I stick very well, and I gel very well with the people. And I leverage, definitely. And when I look back, I can see, a lot of networking that I've done, over the years. I can tell you, campus friends, and especially some of you like Sarah, who I know here, who is in the university, make use of those networks, of that opportunity that you have to be in the university. It's golden. I can tell you today, 13 years from the day I graduated, the most powerful connections I have to date, I got them in campus. Some of the guys that we are doing a lot together in campus. Out of campus, I've not been very lucky to build very strong networks. Well, I have a few here and there. But yes, from campus, I built very strong ones. Of course, not everybody has the opportunity. Some of us have already passed. But wherever you are, you can be able to create enough, powerful networks. I'll not give so much details about myself and what I'm doing. But yes, I can mention there are a few chamas, like, for example, we've been able to do, chamas where you are able to, consolidate some few resources, buy a plot here or a plot there, and so on and so forth. Just those small things. Sometimes you just do them as you consider them small, but it's something that you would really never achieve if you are alone. And by just gelling together, coming together and bringing your heads and minds together, you're able to achieve a lot. I usually see, let me just mention of one of the groups I'm in. We just fellowship. It's just a fellowship of guys who are within the university, in the same Christian union. Powerful fellowship. But I can tell you for sure, it doesn't just end there, right? I mean, if somebody has a musiba or something like that, we are able to help each other, and so on and so forth. In fact, I can tell you, if any member losing like a parent, they are assured 20K, just like that. And I tell you, we are not, I mean, it's actually right now for the first time since 2015, when you're trying to, to document something and just make it a bit formal. It's just been an amorphous group. We just exist. But yes, we are always there for each other. I mean, where do you get just some 20K assured, just like that? It's the power of networks. That's the social side of it. What about the economical side of it? I've just talked of plots and so on and so forth. I'm in my fourth or fifth job. And I can tell you, all the jobs that I've taken, it's the fourth, they have an element of network. Actually, there's no job I ever found, apply, in the newspaper and I applied. I can tell you, the first one, somebody asked me for the CV, they took it. The second one, I mean, it still took some few people, dropping my, even just telling me, informing me that, there's this opportunity somewhere. Can you give it a try? Even the current one, which I'm in, just a friend who is part of a chama, one of a chama I mentioned about. We are in a birthday celebration somewhere, and he tells me, can you try? I think you are qualified, and I got the job. So power of network. I mean, you find, I'm imagining if I was an island and I isolated, all those opportunities I'm talking about, 4 of them, I got them from friends. I got them from people who know me and who I network with, I socialize with, and they're able to tell me this one is good for you. And of course, the reverse is also true. There are many people who have connected with opportunities as well, and so many other things like those. And some of you will even tell me that the wife you have, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, okay, fiancé, them. So you have, most likely it's just through your networks. Somebody you knew, so this person, they came into a birthday or a bash somewhere with that other person, and then connected, and the rest is history. It's about networks. So there's a lot of power, in networking. But now we need to now take it a notch higher. Instead of doing it kududo, like the way I've said, for me, looking backwards, I can see there's been a lot of achievement through networking, but it has never been deliberate. It's never been focused. It's never been, done deliberately. But when we learn as youths that, our opportunities and our future lies heavily amongst the people we revolve around, then we'll be deliberate and focused to inculcate and build healthy and nurture healthy relationships. Unfortunately, we have several of us who cannot keep a friendship for even 5 months. You just keep messing around. You get a friend, kidogo kidogo umemuomba 1K, kidogo kidogo umekataa kulipa. Hiyo kitu inaishia tu hapo. And then you move to the next one. You never have any meaningful friendships, any meaningful relationships. But I can tell you, it also reflects on your life. You don't have any meaningful referrals. Nobody will call you, from nowhere and tell you that there's the birthday, there's something I've seen. I mean, you try it out, because I mean, you keep, every place you pass through, you always leave messes. I hope I'm not describing somebody here, but if I am, please, you are in the right place. You have an opportunity to change. There are others who are extremely withdrawn. Of course, even if you are an introvert like myself, I said you may not believe I am, or possibly you are a real introvert, not like myself. I can tell you for sure, I don't see so much happening if you are not gonna be able to step out of your cocoon, or you are, or out of that your introverted self, and get out there, where you are able to say, well, you may not be able to be all over, But yes, you need to be deliberate. It's just like school. I know not so many of us chose. In fact, I don't think anyone of us chose to go to school. I know, of course, at some point we chose to stick in school. But I can tell you, if we hadn't had, some forces forcing us to be in school, we would have left. We could have easily said school is not my thing. It's the same thing, even with this introversion. You might be saying, talking to people is not my thing. Okay, fine, it's not your thing, but it is a necessary, let me call it evil. It's a necessity. It is not your thing, it's not your personality, but it's a necessity. School is not your thing, books are not your thing, but they are a necessity. You need them to be able to survive. It's not a question of whether it is like you. It's a necessity. I mean, you better get away of doing it. You better get away of, same here for every other person. We must have a level, a degree of ability to be able to, to network. And so when we are doing that, some of the tips I might want to share with you tonight very briefly. Some few ways of building a strong network, a worthwhile network, is that of course focus on the right people. That's an important ingredient. Focus on the right people. Be able to identify the right people to be around. Some of us are in sucking, energy sucking relationships. It's just draining you and draining you. You're just forcing yourself, my friend. As much as I'm saying it's good to network, if you discover that you're using too much energy to become my friend, possibly it's time to quit and go and get, hang around the people you are able to gel easily. That is one. Though also there is a question of why are you possibly using a lot of energy? Is it that you are repulsive in yourself? Possibly you are this kind of a guy when you hang around people and then you don't know how to control your mouth. Before long, everybody is like, they don't want to. Anyway, an example drops in my mind immediately, but I don't want to share it. It's not a good one. Of a person, a meeting I was in very recently, actually this week, and there was this this person. I doubt anybody or any one of you was in that meeting, but there's this person. I was like, within minutes, I was like, I wouldn't want to stay close to this person. I mean, what kind of energy do you send when you are around people? Is it positive energy or negative energy? Is it repulsive, or the kind of guy I described earlier who is possibly parasitic? The moment you get to know Matthew, within the next few weeks, you are telling me, rent. I mean, I can tell you it will not last for long, because we are building. It is not parasitic. It's not about you coming to drain and trying to nyonya something out of me, or me coming to nyonya something out of you. It's a question of just gelling. In the process, if things happen and then possibly I say, or you say you have today let me buy you coffee, that's fine. But it's not. That was not really the intention. Of course, there are some of us who, every time we see a person, we are always seeing an opportunity to get something out of them. And that's the unfortunate side of it. So focus on the right people. So be the right person yourself, of course. And on the other side, focus on the right people. Don't allow yourself to waste time around people who are not adding value to your life. I will not describe right to you, but please know it is important. Situations, what I've said, don't be parasitic. Let it be symbiotic. Everybody is benefiting. How much do I benefit from being your friend? How much do you benefit from being my friend? Let it be mutual. You may not, and sometimes we think that we have nothing to offer. Let me tell you, you always have something to offer. You may be having this kind of a friendship where it's actually a mentor-mentee relationship. That's still a kind of a network in itself. And the mentee may be feeling like, I'm here, I'm the other dog here, I'm just coming to learn, I'm benefiting from my mentor in this way or the other. But how much have you ever thought or sat down for a moment and thought, how much can I offer to this, or in this relationship? And I can tell you, there is always something that you can be able to offer. Everybody has something that they can be able to offer. You could be just study me, understand what I like. No, Matthew likes, motivation so much, and or likes mentorship a lot, and you bump on something, or you can even go looking deliberately, look for some materials, look for a book, recommend it to me. It is you will now be adding value to my life. I'm like, wow, oh, thank you, you could think about me. You get it. On the other hand, you're also gaining. So let it be win-win. Always endeavor to make sure that there's something you're also contributing to this kind of a mutual relationship. And I said it doesn't have to be money. In fact, money should be the last one if it ever comes. There are many other soft things that you can contribute. If you're gaining value, from learning from this person, there's something that you can be able, and I'm just giving you a good example, a simple example that any one of us can do. Some of it, I may take you a little bit of energy to just go search for that book, and sometimes by then you don't even have to have money to buy it. You can just recommend. I saw this nice book on YouTube. I send you the link. Just listen to it. Okay, give. Number 3, give before you receive. I think these points are revolving around the same point. Yeah. So ask yourself, what can I give? Almost always and always ask yourself, what can I give? Not what can I gain out of this? Ask yourself, what can I give? When you look at it, can you imagine every 2 people who are in a relationship, or every several people who are in a relationship, everybody is looking at what can I contribute to this? How great must this be? How beneficial must it be for everybody? Because I'm yearning and I'm looking and I'm working very hard to make sure that I have something that benefits Sadan, Sheila. And Sheila, on the other hand, is asking herself, what is it that I can be able to contribute that benefits Matthew? In the process, we benefit each other. So always give before you receive. Now, in the process of competing to give, then everybody is receiving. I'm moving fast, you noticed. The other point is that become a connector. It is unfortunate that we have people who will always want to benefit from others, but they will never ever do anything to benefit the rest. You see an opportunity, you don't tell me. I just told you the job I'm in. I am in a birthday celebration. Somebody just tells me, by the way, I was looking at this advert. I want to to apply, but I'm thinking you are even more qualified than me. Try it. And I got the job. The guy never got it. In fact, he was not even invited for the interview. Yeah, he was right. I was more qualified than he was. But you know what? Because of that heart of planting, right now he's a CEO somewhere here in Nairobi, in a very progressive company. Yeah, his opportunity came like 2 years later, and bang, CEO. I mean, because when you have such kind of a heart of giving, you'll also receive. Opportunities will just find you. They will just find you. Like for him is, I mean, let me not so much details about him. You might know, you might get to know who he is. Yeah. So, be a connector. Be a person who connects people to opportunities. And let me tell you, you lose nothing. Those adverts you usually see, a job advert, you come and you are like, wow, this is a nice one. Then you read through, you are like, you are not qualified. Then you just pass it, my friend. And yet, there's a group I'm in. There are a circle of friends I'm in, where I know some of them have these qualifications. Why? What will you lose by dropping it there? If they gain, if they get that job, what do you lose? Even if you don't benefit, we are not asking about how you benefit. And especially, in fact, we must get ourselves, especially as youths, we must get ourselves out of that mentality of what do I benefit from it? Because if all of us hold that kind of mentality, I will only do it because it benefits me. How terrible must we be? Or pitiful. Because if I'm gonna only do that which benefits me, then God should have made a world for me to live alone, so that I am the only person who benefits. But I should always look at, and I know I'm speaking to somebody. How many opportunities do you keep passing? Yes, it could not benefit you, but you knew it could benefit somebody else, but you don't pass it to them. Have you ever seen these people who will, like, for example, I'm a boss, I will not promote or recommend somebody for promotion. And yet, it's not like if they don't get promoted, I will earn their salary. I will not gain in any way. But I'm just there. being mean. Let's not be mean. I know there are people who are mean. I experienced that also in my school life. You've seen those people who are, when they are doing exams or they are reading a nice book, they are covering with their hand like this. You don't see. I don't know whether they were in your primary school and high school. They don't want you to ever know they have a nice, a nice book, a nice revision, mathematics revision book. I used to see that in high school, and so on and so forth. Be a giver. The more you give, the more you receive. That's a natural law, is also a biblical law. And number two is also something that in the process of giving, and especially if you are sharing knowledge, you also learn more. By the time I'm finishing talking here, I will be as bright as you are, maybe brighter. So remember to connect. Of course, maybe an obvious one is use social media as a way of networking. Social media is a powerful tool if used well to network. I've seen people who have gotten wives there, business opportunities, referrals, and so on and so forth, a lot. Zoom is social media, my friend. Or is a platform, is a social, is a whatever, you know. I can tell you, possibly 90% of the people who are in this call, we have never met. You most likely have never seen me. But you are here trusting me because you've been seeing me on social media. That's how powerful social media is. And possibly, I want to believe you trust even what I'm telling you. So let me not belabor that. There's a lot you can do on that, but please make it work for you. Make it work for you. Let it not just be a place for, as I said, following people, liking and reading what they are saying and watching their content is a good thing, but let it also work for you. And lastly, the last point I want to say is that start your own networking group. It's an important one. Have you ever tried? Maybe it's a good test for yourself, how good a networker or how you have grown in this area. Don't wait until people invite you to their networks. Create one and invite them. And when you discover there are a few handles here and there, yeah, try to learn how to polish so that next time when you invite, they follow you and follow you good. When I just finished campus, I formed a chama. I was in my, just the first year. No, it wasn't the first year. Yeah, just shortly after I left campus, I formed a chama. Of course, we started wrong because we were so ambitious. We set very high goals. We ran away from them. Then 2 years later, we came together. It is now 8 years. That chama is still alive, still kicking. I'm not even the chairman. It translated. It's a company now. It's doing well, and so on and so forth. And now it is something that is already carrying us actually as we speak. Is able to do things for us. And what did I need? I just needed to talk to a few friends. Did we have the money? No, not a lot. In fact, we just started with 1K every month, and so on and so forth. I don't want to go, into so many details about that, but start your own networking group. It can be financial, it can be for book readers. If you are passionate around that area. It can be of artists. Caro, I know you are an artist. It can be for graphic designers. Sadan, there's one guy here in our group who started last year. He was inspired by our program, and he started a group for engineers in solar energy, and he just wanted to network them. And I think the last update I got from him is that they are doing very well. There are so many engineers who have joined the solar energy, and they are sharing a lot of knowledge, opportunities. I mean, they are becoming maybe they will become a global entity. I mean, when you have like-minded people, I mean, just an inspiration from a simple, mentorship session like this. So start one, or at least belong to one. If you don't have to start. If you already are belonging into some nice ones which are already addressing your needs, you don't have to start. But yes, there's always something that you can do. You can even start one for your family, and so on and so forth. And that's the way you start now learning how to network and to gain value out of networks. And then you scale, you continue scaling up, and therefore it becomes easier even to belong even to stronger and powerful networks. I keep finding myself lately getting invited in this network here. The other one, yesterday, somebody just told me, send me your details. I introduced you to this network. It's a powerful network for powerful people. I hope I will be able to, and so on and so forth. I mean, but as I continue building the network, the RYMP network, there are other people who are seeing me as a fit in a good network, in a powerful network. Yeah, you saw yesterday we were invited to speak in an event. I was looking when the lady, the organizer, invited me, and she told me, today we have our main speakers, Dr. Bitange Dengmo. Tomorrow we have the somebody like Sarah Karindi, seen her profile. And then I'm like, somebody is fixing me amongst those great guys to be a speaker. Then I'm like, wow, wonderful. My networks are growing. As I'm doing this on one side, the other people are inviting me on the other side, which is a great thing. Start something, it will also be a pedestal for the next thing. Okay, fine. I think that's so much about what I would have loved to say. And sorry, I've taken too long. I wanted to just do a 15 minutes sharing. It has ended up being a very long one. I hope you picked something. Maybe you can encourage me on the chat. If there's something that you just chat it there. And yes, the next few minutes, maybe we can target to end by 9:15. So tells us that we have a few, like 25 minutes. We are not many. We had talked about business, but yeah. And I know you came with the expectation and also with the possibility to hear what are some of these powerful ideas and thoughts that people are having, and that you can learn. And even as you also come to share, what are some of these ideas you have? As I wrote in the WhatsApp group, if you are there, I said that we have gotten Coach Sarah, who I mentioned about spin of networking. She has said, whoever gets, shares the best idea, business idea, I just refer them to her. She is willing to offer, coaching, or rather hand holding. And by then, she's not called Queen of Networking for nothing. You need to listen to her, to read her profile, her biography, and or listen to her. She's powerful. She is a powerful network builder. Powerful network builder. The people she has rubbed shoulders with, well, I pray that I will get there one day. Yeah, so whoever is lucky to get that opportunity, I envy you already. Yeah, so yes, but please, yeah. So I want to open the floor. Hey guys, is it my messages are not showing? Hata kuniambia Matthew. It looks like I'm speaking to myself. Or maybe you are waiting for your opportunity to talk. Yes, we will give you an opportunity. Don't feel coerced or forced to say anything, to write anything. I will give you an opportunity to talk. Yeah, so yes, Carol, like the thumbs up and the love heart. Thank you. So I will open the floor shortly. Possibly, this is the way the model will take. It doesn't have to be a perfect, where you will say something around what I've shared in terms of what do you think, what's your take home in terms of networking. One of the things that you pick that possibly you can implement, and so on and so forth. And number two, around the thinking around today, International Youth Day, and business, whatever we had shared earlier. What do you feel is your inspiration, your drive? What is this that you can be able to do, and you feel like if I got the right hand holding, or I'm already into it. Some of us do not even need any hand. What you need is just to share it to inspire the rest of us, and then we will be able to, to pick something that we can learn from you. I think I will open the floor. Let me, for the first minute, for the first opportunity, I want to make it free before I start picking on people. I know soon, in the next few seconds, I will be picking on volunteers. I will be volunteering you, but on the first instance, I want to allow anybody who is willing to volunteer. Who wants to go first? And by the way, if you feel like whatever you want to say is something in a little bit different from what I've, you might be wondering, wow, mimi hata sina business idea, nitasema nini? No. You don't have to have one. I mean, even just tell us what are some of the lessons that you picked. It's okay, still fine. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, my seconds are over. So I go picking people. Please, if I pick you, I request that you unmute. Let's start with you, Emmanuel. And Caro, you will be the second person. Emmanuel. Okay, Caro, you can start them off. By the way, can anybody hear me?
I wish I could be last.
Let's start with you, because you can say half this time and a half later, because I can see I want to start from the known to the unknown, so that the rest can start now getting acclimatized. They don't feel ambushed.
Aha, coach. One thing I am learning to appreciate is the power of my brain. Like the brains that God has given us is the greatest resource that we possess. And it is a supercomputer that can process huge amounts of information. And God gave us a free mind. Sometimes we depend on Him to think for us. Yet He gave us the mind to think and to, just plan our lives out and break the impossibilities and, bring the impossibilities into possibility. Your mind can think anything, and anything that your mind can think or anything that you can visualize in your mind, the thing is you can achieve it. And visualizing in your mind is what we call vision. And then you need to plan that vision out so that now you may make it tangible, and it can become a substance, converting that idea into substance. That's where the planning and the strategies come in. But you can only achieve that which you have visualized with your mind. We have to allow our minds to go wild, because we are tired of limiting our own lives. Yes, and with little expectations. But the thing is, even God, when He was blessing Abraham, alimwambia, count the stars, as much as you can count, as much as you can see. Then that which you can visualize, the thing is, you can make it happen. So in this line, I was just thinking to myself within the course of the day that if I didn't have, as the invitation for the day was read, and so I was imagining that if I had no bills to cater, if I didn't have to work to live or to earn a living, then what is it that I would have done? And then that's when I realized that these were now calls to the reason why God created me, because I wasn't just created to go to school and then study, get a job, get married, have children, and then life continues and I die after raising my children this so that they can start the same cycle. Like, that's not the reason why we were born. And it is even worse because some of the courses that we did, some of the things that we are doing right now, we never chose. And it is until later in our late years, maybe after we have left the youthful age, that's when we realize that, oh, I need to do what I feel like I am interested in doing. And we have seen doctors becoming beauty therapists. We have seen people quitting great professions to start what they think is right. And when I was thinking about this, I thought, I think the time is now. The time is now that we have to discover ourselves. And the earlier you discover you, then the easier and the faster it is for us to achieve what we are meant to achieve in life. And for me, the greatest fear has always been confining my life in a piece of paper, just writing down that which I was feeling as though my life is just so huge that I can't even figure it out. And then I thought, it doesn't help either, because then I will end up achieving nothing. And most of us, the super talented people, you see, the multi-talented people, they have the risk of dying well, having not accomplished anything at all, because you can't be good in everything. At the end of the day, you have to be good in one thing, and God is a God of order. So we have to plan our lives out. So laying that thing down, and of course inviting God in the conversation, like, God, who those days that you wrote in your book concerning my life, what did you mean when you created me? What was that thing that you had in mind when you created me? And each and every one of us has a gift. There is a gift that God has put inside of each and every one of us. We are gifted in various ways. um some some are artists. Some God has given us a certain edge in life, and that is what flows naturally. Some things you don't have to go to school to study. Some things just comes out naturally. But the thing is, the environment, sometimes sometimes the environments that we've grown in has not given us the exposure that we need to discover who we are. And therefore it really calls for a self-search. What is it that you can do naturally? You don't need to go to school, and when you're taught, it even makes you better, and you catch these things with a lot of ease. And then if you build your life around that area, life becomes so swift, so smooth. Things you do effortlessly. And then now this is where we come to a point where people start seeking you for what you are good at. And now you start now pricing, or the salary that you earn, you're the one who actually calls it out. You're the one who defines what you earn, because now people start looking out for you for what you can offer as a person. And these are the things that we do naturally, without the need to without the thought of doing things to earn anything. They just flow from within us. And I realize that for me, it is art, more of art. Well, I have been doing pencil art for the longest time, but I'm feeling as though it's so monotonous, and I need to grow that area. I'm planning, or rather, I am working on a plan whereby I can convert spaces of people into a heaven down on earth, based on your own specifications. Offering art is as medicine. How do you call it? As therapy. Offering someone just sees my art, and it just offers therapy for them, and only God can help me do that. Also, doing art is a form of worship. All forms of art, as long as it is something that involves the creative, then that one I create. Be it painting, be it the wall murals, whatever it is, be it printouts, be it graphics. I want to plan my life around that. So, Coach, I haven't laid out a very how can I say, it is not well fleshed out. So I might not be, and then it is somehow profound. I can't really say it clearly in this platform right now, but believe you me, it is coming. It is coming out. So at some point, I'm looking forward to accounting. Yes, because I'm realizing that it's not my thing. I'm really struggling in that area. Okay, it's not a struggle. I can learn, I can do it perfectly, but the thing is, the results are not as accurate as they would be in another area of strength. So I don't want to quit when I'm already old. I want to start as early as now, and it's already late for me now. I'm in my late 20s, so and time is also running. Okay, over to you, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Carol. I think that's a good start and pace. And where the I mean, it starts there, with the realization that, well, I think I was wired for something different. Many of us, of course, have found ourselves, and you will agree with me, enough of us are in careers where we did not choose. we just found ourselves. And so, but does that mean that you have to always stay there? What is it that kicks you from within and you feel like, no, no, no. If I could do this, I would be glad. So yes, Caro, I'm happy to hear what you say. You've said that you are already, you've discovered is only a question of putting flesh. And it's just a question of actually stepping out there. As you step into the direction you are feeling led, things start falling into place. You start now realizing this is where I pan a bit here. This is how I take this, this step, and so on and so forth. Thank you. I don't want to say more. Let me go to, okay, I saw him. Do you want to add anything? I will be going after you, Emmanuel. We go to Martin Mundia, then followed by Sarah Masila. I saw Emmanuel type something. Let me see. Let us be risk takers in all circumstances, especially as man. Emmanuel, you mean wanaume especially watake risk, wadada pia lakini wanaume waongoze, or something like that. That's the way I understood. I understand it. Okay, Emmanuel prefers writing, it seems. So let's go to you, Martin, if you don't mind, and then followed by Sarah. Martin Mundia. Today it seems my good friends can't hear me. Aya, Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you, thank you. I was listening to an interesting clip where somebody called before you speak. Somebody called, and the guy on the other side received the phone, and he said, "Oh yes, how are you, my friend?" Then the friend said, "Oh yeah, I'm very fine. Can you let me is it red or red? Let me $100. So sorry, I can't hear you. There's a lot of noise. I'm saying, can you let me $100? No, I can't hear you guys. There's a lot of noise." Then the wife to this guy who couldn't hear said, "Oh yes, yes, we can hear you." Because the guy was like, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?" The wife said, "Yes, we can hear you." Then this guy said, "Okay, if you can hear him, let him $100. Okay, I hope the others are not like the friend of $100. Okay, fine. Let's go to. I can see Modia has already unmuted, but let's start with Sarah. Then we come to you, Modia. Oh, yes.
It's okay. He can just go first. I'll wait.
Okay, fine. Fair enough. Modia, let's go.
Okay, hi.
Yes, hi. My story has touched you, has it?
Yeah, it has. Especially the points that you stated that if you are an introvert, you challenged me that it's good to step out and at least network and build a network. Yeah. What I've learned is that, as in, you have to be the right person to look for the right person. As in, you can't be looking to network with the right people, but you're not the right person. As in, nobody can. You can't be trusted, yet you're looking for other people to trust. And I was thinking about your question about what will you do if you didn't have base. And to me, it would be poetry, but I don't. Okay, I think poetry, general poetry. And I was thinking if poetry is what I love to do and that I could do without even any pay, I mean, how would life be? I mean, yeah, and it really opened my eyes. Business. I was thinking about, I'm a graphic designer, and I was thinking about starting a design firm that will specialize in logo design. Yeah, that is branding as a general. As in, you see, graphic design is large, but there's a certain thing I want to specialize in logo design and branding, that is corporate identity, for designing for having branding solutions for corporate. Yeah. I'm glad to be here. It is my first time to join this Zoom call, and I'm blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. And amazing. I didn't know there's somebody here who is here for the first time. Asante. Yeah, and it's wonderful to hear that if you had an opportunity to work without worrying about money, poetry is your thing, and I can tell you therein lies your opportunity. I don't know whether I mean, if you guys look at like comedy these days, the people like Churchill are very rich. I mean, they are doing very well. The likes of Eric Omondi and so many other people. I mean, do you think it's just this generation when they have started giving, I mean, the world has started getting some comedians? No, they have always been there, but they have, it just required somebody to just come out and package, and credit to Churchill, especially for comedy in Kenya, just creating a space who are benefiting from it. So the thing is, some of these things, you may be thinking poetry, how do I monetize this? Some of these things you just need to get out there and become a brand in the area that you are in. You become so, I don't think people like Churchill, they started going to corporates asking them, give me an opportunity to come and, do a gig or something. I think it's just doing what they do until when the corporate is organizing an event, it's like they're thinking, they're actually the ones who are suggesting that comedian we usually see there. What if we invited him in our event? Then they're like, wow. Then he's invited in the first event. Possibly you are paid some money you did not expect. In fact, I've had many people say like this, you even someone like Dr. Kenyajui, I remember him saying the way he was invited to speak somewhere, then he was paid an amount. He was like, wait a minute, so I can be paid this for just speaking? Then the next time he started pricing himself, pricing well. Now he's, of course, the rest is history. Some of these things that we do, and you are just passionate about, and you don't even know whether it can become money, it can be monetized or something. You never know. Just do it to perfection. There's somebody who will see it, and then possibly is even a magazine that will invite you, and then they say, a newspaper reach out to you. We can give you a column and something, but just again, don't cover it, as we have said, being introverted. Don't do it and cover it because nobody else will know. But do it and expose it. Let it go there. You never know. Like the Ugari man, just his eating. The fact that he put it out there, now he has a job as a result. And he says that he was never doing it for such. He was just doing it for fun. So in the process of doing what you like, you get to connect with your destiny. Yes, Sarah. After that, we will go to Sam.
Hello, you can be able to hear me?
Oh, yes, we can.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I have really learned so much from the time you began speaking, followed by my sister Carol and my brother Martin. So for me, when Carol was saying that God has given us a mind, and sometimes we expect him to think for us, and he's already given us, he's already told us what to do. And it reminded me of another time our pastor in church used to tell us, when you come to Sunday, you're coming just to pray. On Monday, go do the work. Come back, get more strength, but go do the work. So for me, what has been passionate about me is, sorry? Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I have been really passionate with selling jewelries to have been I keep getting a call. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yes. So I have always wanted to sell jewelries to my friends. Yeah. Yes, I have always wanted to sell jewelries to my fellow females of earrings. So that's what I've always been passionate about to do on the side. And I have been hoping it materializes. There's been a lot of things coming on the way, let's say like school and other aspects, but that's what I'm really passionate about when it comes to business, reaching out to ladies and showing them something that I like and getting to understand what they like and meeting at the center. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can already see the way you look on the jewelry, and ladies should want to have such looks, and it is great to be able to spot that opportunity. And the question, maybe the next question is, what are you doing about it? And not only to you, also for Mundia, who spoke earlier, is already clear that I want to do other than poetry. Of course, you talked about the graphics design. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are those small incremental steps that you've already started taking and you are already seeing the results? So long as you're making, on a daily basis or on a regular basis, is something that you're doing towards that direction, there will be results. So first thing is to have that vision or have that direction that you want to take. But the next thing is, have you put your step forward? Have you already, stepped out and so on? In fact, let me quote the same speaker I talked about, Vincent, earlier. He said when he wanted to start his first business, he went for a coach or a person, a mentor he respected, and asked the mentor, I have this very good idea, but I don't have the same issue of capital and business plan. Yeah. He said, I don't have a business plan. Then the mentor was like, what do you think people are looking for out there? Is it the solution? He wanted to do soap, the liquid soap. Is it the soap or the business plan? He said the soap. Then why are you wasting time, looking for the business plan? Give them the soap. Then you can figure out about the business plan later. That's still, well, if you can start with the business plan, that's fine. But if it is the one which is gonna be a stumbling block so that you don't start, put it aside. Start something. Start your graphics with small, and your whatever jewelry, small, little by little, and then build and scale. Let's go to Sam, and then after Sam, we go to who? I said David. And today I can see men are many. Congratulations. Yes, Sam.
Good evening. Good evening.
Can people hear Sam? I can't hear him.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Sam.
At the moment I can't speak, but since I joined the program, I've learned a lot. I wanted to do things with the content creation and also to learn more about designing. So I'm at the current moment I'm trying to learn about Canva so that I can do the designs for different advertising things and even to create some more content. So I'm still in the process to learn. I'm hopeful that by the end of the year, maybe you'll have done something.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sam. I don't know that you finished. I couldn't hear you quite well. I don't know whether the rest could, but yeah, we are happy to have heard you. So if you allow me, Sam, I can move on to the next person. I didn't hear you very well, kindly, because of I think your sound wasn't so good. But yes, whatever you are pursuing, please pursue it.
You can go
yes,
ahead.
and God grant you success. Okay, fine. David, I think I heard. Then we come to Sadan next.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, David.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's my first time to be here, so I've just been listening. And I think it has been insightful. I think I'll share more maybe next time. I really wasn't prepared for anything. I just came to listen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. That's well. Yeah, nice. You will not be the first one. Carol, the one who spoke earlier, Carol, and I remember her saying exactly your words, saying, "This is my first time here. Allow me not to say anything. I'll say next time." And of course, the next time came with a great results. That was way back in, was it May, Carol, or thereabout last year? I can't remember. More than a year ago. Yeah, and here we are. Thank you. So and also, I mean, implement. That's the most important thing. Yeah, let's go to Sadan.
Hi, you can hear me?
Yes, and you'll be followed by Vincent. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I think mine is simple. I want maybe to agree with Coach Matthew that whatever he has said is true. Power of engaging with people. And there was somewhere I was last week at the Kenya School of Government, and we were told that in every event you go, make sure that you come out with one friend and one contact. So make sure that at least in each event that you have gone to, make sure you have identified one person who will become a friend, because you never know. Maybe that one person would be maybe your destiny connector somewhere else. I think my jobs has been my 3 jobs that I have had currently. I was connected through someone, and also the one that I am right now. It's all by the glory of God. It came from the Royal Youth Mentorship Program. After I was so encouraged, and nikaamua to fish in the different ground. I'm a teacher by profession, and I decided to venture into something that I'm really interested. I was really interested in, so I gave it my all, and since then I've not regretted. I've been doing graphic design and now it has been an year and some months since I started graphics, and so far so good. Along the way, I've found mentors. Around the way, I've found friends who really encouraged me to move on. So, najua sasa na employment kuna so many risks that in employment there is a lot of risk, maybe job security wise, and maybe corona, with the corona thing, unaweza ambiwa one day like job imeisha and maybe you're not prepared. So I'm scared and at the same time happy to venture into new things. So in I think early this year, with a friend of mine, we discovered we could do some online branding and also online agency, that is management of social media, doing some branding, doing some covers. So it's more of designing, and we are still cooking it. Though we have done how many jobs now? I think 2 jobs. I think Caro is a witness. We have done one with Caro, and another one we are doing with some other big company, which we'll mention later. Apart from that, I have also ventured into when I landed in my job, I was given a responsibility of managing all the computers in my office, in our office, and I don't know how they trusted me around that area. So in case of anything that happens to a machine, I am the one that takes it to the fundi or advise if a new one should be bought, or we should make that one. And I have found myself interested into selling and buying computers, let's say more of gadgets. And last month, we started with a friend also, something to do with selling computers. Now here comes with a lot of budget and a lot of also helping each other raise some amount so that you also deliver to a client before you get paid. And so far, so good. We have sold stars, and the business, it's good. We have created social media for marketing purposes, and we are thinking of going much further, even creating a website. It's good. I think nowadays things are now online since the corona made to change. Not physically much, but people are tending to go online, and tukichelewa utapata mbona si wako, people will have taken slot zao na wameenda. So we want to be, like for me, I want to be in this technology and into this world where like I help get good things for their online technical things. So that's what I have been doing mostly. I have been busy trying to figure out what I can do better, and also focus on making money out of employment, because anything can happen. So just trying here and there to make end meet as we are still young. Yeah, back to you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Sadan. I think a very inspiring story there. Yeah, so yes, nice to hear what you are doing and the connections that you've gotten from here, right from the job that you are working, transformation from a teacher to an IT guru, now looking out for other opportunities. Power, I think the epitome of networking, as you are saying, connecting with friends, now doing jobs. I mean, you are saying you have done a job with Caro. That's still a network you found here, and then you connected. You've done. You already have a partner, and so on and so forth. And I think US is a very good example of what I was talking about earlier. And it's just a question of stepping out there, being available, and the rest is history. I can see Carol's hand is up. Yeah, I think this is what we want you to learn, youths, and maybe Sadan's story is an exciting one. It is the guy who inboxed me at midnight last year. I don't even know him, telling me I can help you make a poster like that one. And from that time on, he started making our posters. And the rest is history. You can hear he has also been able to reap from our connections on this other side. So some of these things you never know. They will bear fruits in due season. Caro, hold your thought. I'll be coming to you as we are closing, so that now we get John to speak. And I had mentioned Vincent. Vincent, I think, typed, your network is your net worth. Very brief, but also powerful. Yes, our network is our net worth. And I think the example you have just given is a perfect one. So who hasn't spoken? I think it's John only. And then Caro, you can make your closing remarks and we close. Thank you. Yes, John.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was using a headset, so I wanted to test. Sorry, I joined late. I thought maybe may join Kyoko. Got transport bad. Yeah. It's nice to hear some good things about the young people really wanting to venture into business. Yeah, it's very encouraging. I can comfortably say I'm one of those people who have decided to really venture into business. Yeah, and it came more because of Corona. But even before Corona, I'd say business was something that I really admired from a long time. So one of the things I would say, if you're thinking of an idea, I would say, because, okay, for now I'm a business person. I was in employment for about 4 years. Then I left last year to concentrate on business. But it's not just us last year. I started business about 5 years ago. Yeah. First of all, I was doing farming. So I would say for one of the, I would say the first basic things you need to do if you want to get into business is start where you are. Start with what you have. Stop saying I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to sell this. No. Start where you are. You know the things that are easy for you. You want to start business, because I'm telling you, I'll tell you, every business will teach you anything. If you can sell, find something you can just, no, you don't have to. You want to sell, maybe you want to sell vehicles. I mean, where do you get the capital? Like, for real, that's a real obstacle. You know, where you get the connections. But what I would say is start where you are. You want to do business. Business basically is buying and selling. The most important thing is selling. If you can sell, just sell anything. You can sell your services, you can sell your creativity. Just that, because for me, I'll say I started farming when I finished high school. The first thing that was available ready for me was the shamba. So back home, I started farming. I think I've farmed like most of the local things you buy, vegetables. I've farmed potatoes, sukuma wiki, what you call kales, French beans, what you say, mishiri, minji, tomatoes, capsicum, ama what you call pilipili hoho, dania. Like for 2 years. Since for 2 years I was a farmer. You know, basically I tried out so many things. I sold those. You know, I was farming and selling. Yeah, I used to buy from other people and go and sell in the market. But basically I started from where I was. Where did I get the capital to start? Nilienda mjengo. You see, so it's not just right. I started business last year. Now, even when I was in employment, I used to do side hustles. So what I can say is just I've never stopped. So looking back, I have never stopped business. I just got full time from last year. I'm happy to report that the year has been good. God has been gracious to me. Business is doing well. But what I can say is I've learned so many lessons, not just because of last year or because now I'm fully in business. No. Along the way, I've learned so much, because even in high school, I used to, in high school, I used to buy bread, like naweza sukumana kwa line. Mimi nilikuwa nimejaza kidogo, naweza ingia kwa line. I buy a bread at 16 bob. That time nilikuwa nanunua half na 16 bob. Nikitoka kuna mtu hataki kuchelewa, nataki kuingia kwa line ya umie. So nanunua 16 bob, nauza 20 bob. So naingia kwa line mara mbili, nikinunua mkate full mbili najinunulia yangu. So that day narudisha pesa yangu kwa mfuko. Haja yangu ilikuwa ninunue mkate na nisimie pesa yangu. So niko na nguvu, so natumia nguvu za mkate. It's not the perfect example, but what I can tell you is that it's basically I'm trying to show you that business is you. It's not even about what you sell. It's you. So I've sold from bread, from hawking bread from the shop to selling to people, and I'm making enough to buy for myself. Siku hata na haja ya kumake extra. I just thought that nitanunua mkate na nitauza na sitatumia pesa yangu. So basically hiyo nilikuwa plan yangu, and so I kept my money. So I never made profit, but hiyo profit ndio nilikuwa nakula. So mkate nilikuwa nakula for free. I buy for people and then I eat. Ikitosha yangu inaenda, nakunywa chai yangu natembea. So basically I say start where you are. Stop saying that I want. Stop idealizing. What I can advise young people like myself who want to get into business, and now being that I'm in that space right now, stop idealizing a certain kind of business. Stop idealizing, I want to do this, I want to do a barber shop. You don't have skills for the barber shop. You know, skills for what you have. You know, kama umetoka place yenye kuna kuzwa wheat, go do that. There's a friend of mine alituacha campus akaenda, tulikuwa the same year. We are talking with him today. Sahi he runs a boda outlet. Yeye ni dealer wa car in general. He has about, I think, three outlets. He's okay, basically made it in business. Tukiwa for the year, yeye alitoka, tukiwa for the year, yeye alikuwa na drive. Na hakuwa hata na manini ya masomo. Sasa ndiye amerudi kumalizia, but hakuwa amemaliza. Where he came from walikuwa na wheat. Na huko I think Eldoret. So what he did, alienda akarent shamba. So anarent, anakuja analima wheat, anauza. Anarent tena, analima, anauza. With time akanunua shamba yake mwenyewe. Same age as me. Sisi bado tuko shule. So sometimes you used to envy you know. But then you listen to ideas from him, you learn from such people. But basically what I'm saying is you can start from where. So like alikuwa anajua kwao what he can do. So start from where you are, start from what you know. And by the grace of God, dear God, like if you also need to believe that God can, you have to have the strength and faith to believe that God can get you to where you want to be. But you start from where you are, start from what you know. Ndio unataka kufanya kitu ingine, but start from what you know. I think that's the best advice I can give. Start from where you are. Do what you can. Do what you know. Basically, do what you know until you know better. That's I think I had that advice from someone else. Do what you know now until you know better. Like me, I started selling small things. Right now, I make websites for companies. Sometimes I do branding for companies. But I did not start there. I started with the design. I studied design professionally. And then I got employed doing that. With time I realized, I can outsource myself. I can also do these things for side hustle. Pole pole, those are the clients who get you small jobs until they accumulate to become big jobs. So you start from where you're doing accounting, do accounts for people on the side, and with time, you get side jobs that are big enough for you to be comfortable enough to walk away from your job. But don't just launch into a new area and it is going to, you'll get drowned. Yeah, but business is, if you really are into it, business really pays. And I pray for anyone that wants to get into business that kutakuwa na courage, and that God will give you the grace to sustain you in the business field, just like the rest of us. This is what none of us knows in business. None of us knows what we are doing. We are all out here with faith. Basically, I would say a business person is someone who has big faith. Basically, that's my description of a business person is someone with a big faith and someone with an appetite for risk, because you put out your all and you expect it to come back with returns. Sometimes it comes back. You just hope that most of the time it will come back. Sometimes it doesn't, but you still go out and put out your all once again. So yeah, that's all I have to say tonight. I because of time, I talk a lot. So yeah, one of the things I love to do is talk. But now business comes easy for me and design. So I'm doing design, and I'm doing business here and there. But what I would necessarily, like I would say, what I would love to do for a living is talk. I don't know if it makes sense. But meanwhile, I'm doing what is valuable by the market, and what I'm able to do, what I know, until I'm able to do professional talking. That will be what I would really enjoy. I enjoy business, but I enjoy something else more. So yeah, I will not say anymore because najua nitakula time yote. Maybe another forum with more time, I can say more. But basically, that's me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. Clearly, you love talking, and you having identified that. Then it's just a question of harnessing it. Start talking. You've already started. You are already talking to us. So then continue upgrading it. Increasing it, scaling it, professionalizing it in terms of polishing it up here and there. Yeah, and the rest will be history. I think it's been amazing listening to all of you, and especially you, John. You have brought also the perspective now of a person who is already into business, and you quit job. You have already started your business. You experienced the handles that were there last year. Now you're telling us that it's been a good run. It's been a good year this year. I mean, how amazing. And I've listened to your tips. Yeah, you've joined the group ya wazee wenye wanafaa wapeane mentorship in business or whatever. I mean, listening to the words of advice, especially coming from personal experience. And I want to believe there is something that somebody here has learned. Like, don't quit when you just jump into a side hustle when you already have a job before this other one stabilizes, and allow it to stabilize so that it can carry you. I mean, I picked those things, and I want to believe every other person has. So I think, guys, it's way past the time we had anticipated. I want to believe that you've been able to pick something and learn something. And yes, so What is the winning business idea? Have we gotten any? So I don't know what criteria I will use on this because I'm not so clear I've gotten any at the moment. Nonetheless, we can have those conversations on, there are others possibly you felt like, I don't know, I will not disclose so much. You can follow me on WhatsApp if you feel like you have this, you are that person who needs to be connected with with Madam Sarah. Just follow me inbox. I'll do my vetting there, depending with how much information I'm able to gather from each one of us. Yeah, and the other thing, as we conclude, is that this today, I think, as we said, it was special. We don't do meetings on Thursdays, but we felt like, I mean, International Youth Day to Peter Tunamnayo. I don't think it would be the right thing. Yeah, so keep tuned. We meet on Saturday, and yeah, but. For tonight, pick the lessons, and of course you've learned that we are now going incrementally towards more of our personalized kind of interactions like this one, where we hear you. What is it that is your passion? When I listen to you, Masila, saying about your passion around jewelry and the like. Yeah, Vincent. And every other person, their passions. I don't think I got to know what Vincent is passionate about. Yes, but Martin, poetry and your graphics design. We want to hold to hold you accountable, and this is what I said. So next time when you see us advertise, David, we are increasing the meetings for feedback as opposed to the ones for learning. In fact, I mentioned this last time, that we are going to continue reducing more and more the meetings where we are having a speaker coming and speaking. We want to focus on, okay, after all this speaking and after all this learning, what is happening? And we'll continue, building capacity around this area, possibly even pairing people up, possibly doing even, meeting rooms, Zoom rooms, where people can come into small numbers, maybe like 3, just discuss themselves and whatever they are doing. We want to get into places where we get deeper into pushing each other. The intention here is to just cheer each other and also push each other. I cheer you as you're moving, John, and I also push you. And please, you reciprocate the same. Ask me, what are you doing about ABCD? How far are you? And we want to get this organized as we are moving forward. Yeah, so for today, I'll say make a point of joining the next, because I assume all of us are in a WhatsApp group. Anybody who is not in the WhatsApp group, just lift your hand so that we share you the link, But yes, make sure that in the next meeting you come, we'll be making it a bit more now personalized so that we get to follow. I mean, the impact and the value in all that we are doing is when we are able to see somebody where the way you have heard me say, of Sadan here, I know of course what John is doing, I know what Caro is doing. I would want, and it doesn't have to be me really, but we would want to be in a position where we can be able to tell the journey. This is a person where they started, this is where they are, and this is what they are doing with their lives. Even if, even if just for that purpose, even if it's just for knowing's sake, it feels so great to see. I mean, it adds value to, we can see value which is being added. Yes, you started at this particular point, Masila, and now 5 months later, you are telling us, by the way, now I even have a shop in town, or I already have an online shop which is thriving, around my sale of jewelry. Now that's what we want to see. Otherwise, mark timing with the idea forever and ever, amen. So David, make your comments and then we wrap it up. I don't know that, Caro, you still wanted to make a comment? Yeah, so David, then Caro.
I actually didn't have a comment. You said that if you're not in the WhatsApp group, we can
oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot what I said. Caro, John, can you share the link here? Are you able to? Or Sadan, one person.
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Caro, your hand was up.
Oh yes, coach. It was just a short comment. I realized I didn't comment something concerning networking, and today we were working on or rather you are encouraging us to build worthwhile networks, especially among the youth. So for me, I wanted to give an example. These guys that you're mentioning here, that is Dan, John, and of course others, have been a wonderful team to work around. And I've gotten them from this platform. And I remember just the other day we were having a dinner somewhere with John, and it was amazing. And kumbe, okay, these guys are tanks of wisdom. The moment you get to listen to each and every one of them, even ladies like Sarah, Masila, whenever maybe we get a chance to just network with each and every one of us, I'm sure that we are going to gain much from what we carry, because I believe each and every one of us carries, we all carry something. There is a seed of greatness in each and every one of us. And so that is just echoing on your words, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Carol. And yes, the power of networking. And this is the what we want to do. I look forward to one day when we will be having we'll have built a network now, not just the WhatsApp group that we have, where we have 200 people in a WhatsApp group and only 20 who talk. That's okay. They're fine, and we are happy to have them there, because they are still learning in the process. And when somebody picks, today we are having this program, and whoever is a speaker, they will come and listen and gain something. But I mean, I look forward to a place where we will now have we'll have built another powerful network where everybody knows what everybody is doing and they are interested. It's not just Ilea, I'm only interested because of what I'm going to gain about it. Natafuta John, kwa sababu ati John umesema you are working with big companies, eh? Big company kama gani? Unaweza nitafutia kazi huko. I mean, that's not the kind of course, if you get a job, that's fine, but that's not the kind of network we are talking about. As I said earlier, it's a question of being genuinely interested. John, business gani? By the way, oh, that is good. I actually have a friend who was looking for such kind of a service. Can I connect you? Now that is the network that we are looking forward to, where you add value. I add value to John's life. I add value to Carol's life. I add value to Sam's life. I add value to Martin's life. I add value to David's life and every other person who is here. And yes, that's what we need. I hope one day maybe we'll have a network of like 100 youths, 1,000 youths, or possibly even having, when they become so many, possibly you need to break them into small pockets, but genuinely concerned and building each other. And building and perfecting each other's lives in one way or the other. Yes, and that's the desire. So please keep tuned in, keep following what is happening. In fact, I'm increasingly getting connected, tempted to ask for your numbers so that we can do specialized follow-up. What do? You have seen my number on WhatsApp. That's 0776. Inakuanga gani, John? I don't know that number of head. So 184,741. I keep mixing the number. Nani yangu. 0776 184 741. So what you do is that you can share with me. You can just holler me, share with me your number, and because I'm thinking as we move along, and as we continue, whereas we don't want, we are not closing anybody out, but I also want to have a track of a way of tracking who is getting involved into this kind of close kind of whatever. I don't want to see a David, like now I'm seeing Emmanuel, just one name. I don't want to assume the same Emmanuel is the same Emmanuel who will come next time. Next time I see an Emmanuel, and possibly it's a different Emmanuel who has come for the first time. And then, so it helps to keep track so that you know who are we with here, what are they doing, and so on and so forth. And I'm so dedicated to this. I want to be able to follow through and build a network. And oh, thank you, John, for helping me share. That is actually now the correct version of my number, the one which has been shared by John. You can ignore the other one, but anyway, they are the same. So thank you. Share there. We will make sure that whenever we have this, and I mean, we are looking at each other. And by the way, my concluding remark is, if you find yourself in that network, please, you are not coming there just to benefit. Atuwe kazi yako ni kupimia tu watu wanasema nini, unaimba my ideas, unanyonya, you know, vile. No. We discover that is the intention, we kick you out. So it is a question of people who are coming to build each other. I'm so passionate to be built as I am passionate to build the other person, period. If it's just about me, we are not interested. Yeah. So who makes a closing prayer for us? Do I have a volunteer? Going once, going second, volunteer, going third. Okay, fine. Let me volunteer one. John, I volunteer you. And another opportunity to talk, this time to God. Yes, John, you can pray for us. John joined that guy of Sikuski. So okay, let me
pray. Let me pray.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
Heavenly Father, we thank you and appreciate you because of this moment, for allowing us to have such a great conversation. And we just pray that you'll continue to help us even as we dispatch to different destinations. May the Spirit keep on working in us until we meet again. Be glorified in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your patience. That was a long one. I did not expect it. In fact, I was not feeling as energetic past an hour. But I think you guys are a source of energy. I'm so excited. I'm so encouraged and refreshed. Thank you for coming. And may you have a prosperous new year ahead until the next Youth Day celebration. I want to believe there's something that you'll be able to implement and run with. God bless you so much. Have a lovely night. Shalom.
Thank you so much as well. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.